Well, today we're at the Littleton Inn with Mary Dugan,
Hello.
the Innkeeper, and we got together many years ago.
We did.
And went through the inn and when you first started.
Yes, you did.
And you know, it was so fun, and Mary was decorating and getting things ready to make it homey.
Right.
And it turned out really lovely. So what I'm curious about, it's been many years since you've been doing this, so how has it been? What do you think, you know, was it a good idea? I think it was, but...
Oh, you know what? We've had so much fun with it. I don't know that we knew what to expect. The inn was closed. We had never been innkeepers. So it was fun to fix the building and kind of imagine what the inn would be. And I think it took maybe a year before we really kind of hit our stride. You know, got used to having people and, you know, knew what to do to make people more comfortable. But once, you know, once we were past that learning curve, I think we got really comfortable. I think our guests enjoy coming here.
Good. Well, the first time you did it was a little scary.
Oh, it was, it was petrifying. I had a lovely gentleman who was with me for, I think, what, 45, 50 days?
Wow.
So, right. He was my first big guest. And I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what I was doing. I would get more flustered in the beginning, but after a while you just, you know, you hit your stride. And
it's kind of like you're welcoming just friends or family, maybe.
No, I mean, I think there's always, you know, I'm always aware of the role that I'm in as an innkeeper, and it's really all about them. So, you know, you could make it about the building or the food or, you know, being in New England, but really it's about whatever they need to be comfortable while they're here, which is kind of a different focus. And, you know, it was useful because probably, you know, over the years, a third to a half of our guests are from outside of the country.
Wow.
So,
wow.
Right.
That's interesting.
I know.
Yeah. What do you
Why
do about,
Littleton?
because I know you must serve breakfast.
I do.
So what do you do about that? They must have different tastes.
They do. So what I tell everybody before they come, or, you know, as they check in is are there any dietary restrictions or allergies or things that you don't like? And so then once everybody's here, then I you know, create a menu. And work it so that I don't hit anybody's, you know, allergies, you know, distastes.
You have to like to cook. I would be a terrible innkeeper. I'd have to hire somebody to come in just to make breakfast. Not because I can't, because I don't
stressed.
like to.
Right. Oh, no, you know, I do like to cook. And so that was always my daily challenge. You know, how do I work this into a menu where nobody feels like they're, you know, getting shortchanged? You know, between vegetarian and vegan and gluten-free, and, you know, there's a lot of
that's right.
challenges. So that was a fun part.
So did you ever welcome any pets?
I do. You know what? We've had dogs. Have I had anything outside of a dog? No cats, just because cats are difficult. And I typically keep dogs in the back room here on the first floor because it's all wooden. You know, we have the allergen-free, you know, everything to be able to accommodate somebody who has a dog, and
that's, you know what? That's right. You probably have a list that you might have to follow, like allergy and.
Oh no, you know, it's just like going to. I was going to say a regular hotel. You know, we have all these guidelines and standards and safety precautions that we have to have in place. So even though it looks like a you know, a traditionally old New England house, we're hardwired into the fire station for fire. Our carbon monoxide monitors are everywhere. You know, we have to do the serve safe as far as the kitchen. So it is, you know, we do everything we can to make it safe and enjoyable.
Right. Yeah. Would you have done it again?
Oh, in a heartbeat. And I wouldn't have changed anything. We were so lucky to have, you know, that time from when it was empty to kind of figuring out how we were going to do the inn, because I still had the 5 kids at home. So it had to fit into our lives, and
Right.
not. And I think that's probably the biggest conflict with inns. It's so easy to become 24/7, 365 days out of the year. So we were by reservation only. So when the kids had like a something at high school, I could cross off.
Oh, yeah.
If I needed a day off.
Oh, that's
cross
good.
off.
That's good. Yeah.
So right.
You don't think of all those things when you
No.
say, "Oh, I want to have an inn." It'd be so fun. You forget about what do you mean by fun?
Right.
Because there is work, but you have to like that.
Right. I think if you like people, this is a fun thing to do. And I had the kids so they could pitch in and help if I needed them.
Mm-hmm.
We know of 2 inns that have resulted from guests staying here and falling in love with innkeeping and going off.
Wow. And you must have children come then too.
I do. Everything from newborns to,
Did you have fun with that? I would have fun with that.
So in the corners, you can see there's children's books, there's high chairs, we accommodate all ages. I have walkers for 90-year-olds. I have.
Well, that's great. And I love what you've done with the place too. And like your little dining area.
Isn't that cute? Though, we were open for a lot of COVID. We had essential workers in the beginning, and gradually as things have opened up, we've opened up as well. But we had breakfast out on the patio for the porch for most of the pandemic, and so it, it was kind of interesting. People, it would be 30, 40, 50 degrees, and you could see them say, "I'm not sure that's a good idea." But we have heated blankets, and we.
Yeah, you have to be from New England.
Well, but you know what? It's what we had to do to keep everybody safe.
Sure. Yeah. So, anything that you think you had to work on, like a problem of any kind, dealing with it?
No, that's a good question. Problems. There's always challenges, and that's part of why it's fun. Sometimes, guests stay here who wouldn't prefer to stay in a more modern hotel.
Right.
And that was before the Marriott was here. There are hotels in the area. So let's say this wasn't their first choice of a place to stay. And that's always a challenge because, this definitely is more personal. And if somebody's...
Oh, yeah.
Right. And it's not that we have to have a relationship, but we are here. And so,
right.
Yeah.
Do many of them use the rooms?
Oh, they do.
Yeah.
They do. In fact, that was probably one of the hardest things during COVID because we kept our public spaces closed.
Oh.
So we just recently reopened the library, and I had a couple who stayed with me a number of times through the pandemic, and they were so excited because they got to come in the library and sit down and have sherry. And
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. I'm going to come and stay.
Yes, every once in a while you find the innkeeper.
What are you having for breakfast?
Hey.
I'll be back.
Breakfast we still haven't gone back to, we did a traditional 3-course breakfast. Now we do a charcuterie breakfast. Yes, which is, I know. I'll have to send you a picture of one. They're actually a lot of fun, and it was a way to, minimize table time, and it actually fits in better with the modern, standard of food.
Oh.
I think people aren't as interested in the, big heavy breakfasts as.
Do you serve in their room?
You know what? I get asked every so often, and I will prep a tray.
I'll be darned.
That's usually for bridal couples in the suite.
You are really making me look at.
Well,
I'll have to tell Alan I'm off for a few days.
I'll be at the inn.
I'm on my way to Mary's. I'm just going to visit Mary. That's all.
Breakfast. It was a surprisingly good fit for
Good,
us.
good. So it's been fun, and it's
A
been
blast.
it's been worth it.
Yep, wouldn't change a thing.
Good, good.
You know, the interesting thing is you know, the kids have all been up front and seen it close and personal, and none of them are interested in becoming an innkeeper.
No, anyone living home anymore?
No,
They're all on their own.
they're
huh?
all on their own, right? And they're scattering, which is,
Really?
yeah, the farthest is probably West Coast Seattle. Then I have Nebraska, Vermont.
Wow.
Right.
Wow.
I know, I'll have to get on the road.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you got places to visit too.
Exactly.
Well, I just think this is still great. I love sitting here
Thank you.
in this room. It's
Thank
like
you.
home to me because I'm a
You recognize half the stuff. I mean, that that was half the fun. It became such a collaborative event to get the inn ready, and you know, I think it was done so well with so many loving hands that we really haven't. I mean, we've changed things as they've worn, but really,
yeah.
you know,
Are you
the
going to
bones.
keep this going for years and years to come?
I don't know. I think Tom hit retirement age, and I feel the urge to find a new career.
Uh-oh.
Well, you know what? It's been wonderful, but I think I would like to.
Be a little freer?
I think that's it. Visit the children where they are.
Oh, yeah.
And you know, I have a real interest in the elderly and aging, and I would like to become more involved in that. So that's my next.
Good, good.
My next career. Can you have a next career as a 60-plus-year-old? I don't know.
Well, you do like I used to. I'd go, they need this, they need that. And then I thought, good heavens, I'm over 80. You think I'd remember it's we.
I know.
But you don't, because you figure
No.
you're volunteering with
Right.
them and you want them to have things. So that's funny. Yeah. So you'll be one of those with they need
They
me.
need, right. I no longer fall in the whippersnapper category. Yeah.
Good. Good. Well, this was fun.
It was nice seeing you
And it
again.
was so great seeing you again.
Appreciate
We
it.
are so distant because of doing other things.
Right.
And I told you once that every time I drive by, I go, gotta stop in there and see me.
But this is such a life vacuum. You know, once you come into the inn, it's just so crazy that it is hard to see life outside of the.
Right, right. Well, I want you to keep going with it.
Thank you. Yeah.
And I will stop by once in a while. And
Thank
just,
you.
actually, my husband used to like what were they?
Oh, the biscottis or the
Yeah, the
scones?
biscottis.
I'll make you a batch.
I'm sorry, but today I said to him, I wonder if Mary will have any biscottis.
Well, I told you that this week and the previous week we have been, it's so nice every once in a while to take a little time and, touch up the inn and fix things because it does get a lot of wear and tear. So the kitchen is what's getting touched up, so I have no baked goods.
Okay. I'll come back when
Darn.
it's finished.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, thank you, Mary.
Yeah, no, thank you. I appreciate it.
And we'll see you later.
All right. Sounds good.